Welcome, everyone, to the Game Vault Podcast. I am your host, Tom Schuster. Joining me tonight are Jenny Aquino and Mark Myers.
Hello. How's it going?
Doing good.
You're doing pretty well, Tom. It's almost September, guys.
That's insane.
Don't remind me.
I don't like it.
Well, I guess it'll be September when this podcast comes out, but
yeah, it'll be after
insane.
Labor Day by the time this comes out.
Yeah, it's insane. I do it every time I look at the date for the news hour, and I'm like, oh, it's like the end of August.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's been flying by. And tonight we'll be discussing our most anticipated games for the rest of the year, Extra Life, and we're going to review our Retro Roulette game, Automobili Lamborghini for the Nintendo 64. But before we get to all of that, what have you guys been playing? Let's start with Jen.
So, I think most of the same games that I talked about last week. I've been playing a lot of Sons of the Forest, which I know is not a brand new game, but for some reason I got called back. I think, again, I might have said this last time, but I believe I was watching, or I was probably mindlessly scrolling through Facebook Reels, and I came across someone playing Sons of the Forest, and it just drew me back in from that one video, which is silly. So I have my own server, and I'm building my second base currently. It's a treehouse base. And
fun.
Yeah, the building in this game, it could be very tricky because whereas in Ark, you can basically build whatever structure you want and they snap together and you don't have to have support columns necessarily, or you could take something away and just have something floating in the air. Which obviously is not very realistic, but sometimes that's what you need in a building game. But Sons of the Forest, no. You have to have everything supported, and it gets very complicated. And if something decides to slam itself into the side of your building or you knock a tree into it, it all comes tumbling down. So it's been a fun challenge building a treehouse in Sons of the Forest, but that's what I'm doing. And killing cannibals, of course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So basically on and off stream, I've been playing, but on stream, I'm trying to progress the story slightly, a little bit at a time. I've played through it before, so I know how it ends, but I kind of just want to do a mix of building and exploring with the story as well. So I've also been playing a little bit of Phasmo. So they had a rework for the Grafton house, which is one of the two, which was one of the two like log cabin looking houses.
Oh, okay.
So the first one they actually reworked was Bleasdale, which was the really big one. That this is kind of a throwback to anyone who's been watching our Twitch since our early days. The first time I ever played Phas on stream was here on Game Vault, and I didn't really know how the mechanic worked with the ghosts. And it was on the Bleasdale map. I was upstairs in the bathroom. Mark, you might have been playing with me. I don't remember.
I think I was with you. Yeah.
Or
at least watching.
And the ghost scared the hell out of me. It popped up. I guess it was hunting. There's got to be a clip of this still on Game Vault somewhere. But I was in the bathroom and I just panicked and I didn't know what to do. And I just turned around and faced the corner like that was going to help. And I wound up getting killed. But it freaked me out so bad. But anyway, that was the first map they redid. They turned it into this beautiful, not mansion, but I guess borderline. It's beautiful. And then this last rework was Grafton, the other house. That was a log cabin style house. This one, they did not make it beautiful. They made it completely busted up and run down and really awesome looking. So that's been fun. It's very creepy. They have a room full of mannequins and dolls. Actually, I think that's two different rooms. They have one room of dolls and one room of mannequins. They also have a giant corn maze or like a cornfield outside. I feel like they're just checking off everyone's fears because I watched the movie Signs and it traumatized me from that one little part with the alien running by the window in the cornfield. If you know what I'm talking about.
Signs.
Yeah.
Signs freaked me out more than any horror movie.
I feel like a lot of people admit that. Like I felt stupid saying it, and then I just keep hearing more people saying that movie really freaked them out, so I feel better about it. But anyway, yeah, there's some creepy stuff with the new map, but it's really fun. The new map hasn't come out yet, which is the diner. I don't remember offhand when it's coming out. I think it's soon. But I'm looking forward to that because that, newness is just great in that game. So
By the
there's
way,
that.
there is a clip on the
Yeah,
Game Vault channel.
I felt like
I
there
was just
had to
watching
be. It scared the hell out of me. I just remembered that bathroom. I was in the corner by the
Yeah.
toilet. It's
Yeah,
just
you
packed.
turned around to leave and the ghost popped
Yes.
up. You turned back to the tub and then covered your face.
Yeah,
Like
that
your
was
literal face.
Yeah, yep. Yes,
Ah,
that was the
classic.
day I fell in love with Phasmo.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Ark Survival Ascended. I used to think that I started out playing Evolved and then Ascended came out, so I switched to that. I used to think both games were so beautiful until I got back into Sons of the Forest. Now I'm really disappointed with the way Ark looks. And it's such a poorly optimized game on top of it that it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and I'm so sad about it. So I've only played a little bit of that because it's just also it wasn't working because NVIDIA had some kind of huge bug with one of their more recent updates where they literally posted about it in their bug fix notes that Ark and a bunch of other games weren't working. But also Ark put them on blast immediately. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, And then lastly, I've been playing Dead by Daylight. They have currently the 2v8 event going on.
Okay.
Which I think is my favorite event, at least of recent memory, where you literally get to play as 2 killers versus 8 survivors. I think it's really fun being able to team up with another killer. You could set up some really great pincer moves or traps or just scare the crap out of people. And if you're actually communicating with the other killer, it's even better because obviously, like I said, then you could set some really cool stuff up. It doesn't. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, have you seen what's the in your description of best? What is the best combo of killers you've seen during 2v8? Like either annoying, like it's impossible to beat them because they work so well together, or I don't know
I know what you mean. So I think this round of 2v8 and the last round they've had the same killers. It's not all killers, and it's only specific ones at a time. So I've seen a lot of people using Spirit. Spirit's the one that she phases, so she goes invisible. And unlike the nurse, where the nurse blinks and you can't see where you're going, as Spirit, you go invisible and you could see where you're going, but you can't see anybody else, like the survivors you're chasing. So you have to rely on your hearing. But people play as her with the ability to be silent. So it's very scary to all of a sudden have the killer right up on you out of nowhere. So everyone's been playing as her. And then we've seen a lot of people playing as the Oni, which is the really big Japanese demon faced guy with the hammer.
Yeah,
I guess it's a hammer or whatever it is. And he has that crazy speed burst. So the two of them, I feel are working really well together right now. Trying to think. A lot of people like playing as Legion in general, who's the really quick one. So Legion, when Legion activates their power, they can have a really quick sprint burst, and while the power is activated, every survivor you hit continues your sprint burst power for a little bit longer. I don't know if it's 15 seconds or 10 seconds. So you also, when you hit a survivor, when your power is active, it lights up all of the other survivors in the area, so you can see where everyone is. Yeah, it's kind of annoying to go against Legion, but I kind of like playing as Legion. So there's that.
I feel in my thought process for that question, I feel like a Legion versus a stealthy killer if you're communicating, could be pretty dangerous because he could do that run in, light up everybody, and then tell the other person where everyone is.
Yeah, that's why I can't think of a duo really, besides Spirit and Oni for whatever reason we've been seeing a lot of, but usually when you pair Spirit with whoever or Legion with whoever, even Ghostface is one of the killers you can play as. So Legion and Ghostface I've seen a decent amount because Ghostface is the sneaky one.
Yeah. That's kind of who I was thinking of, to be honest.
Yeah. It's been really fun. Like I said, I think 2v8 gives killer players a chance to play with someone else who's on their team. So it doesn't have that, like, especially when you lose or you get your ass kicked in general, it doesn't have that bad feeling to it. Like, oh, I suck. It's most of the time it's still really fun, even if you lose.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you each have to pick a different killer. Like,
yes.
You can't have two ghost faces running around.
Nope. You have to pick 2 different killers, and then instead of a full spread of perks and offerings and add-ons like usual, they have, I forget what they call them, like abilities. So you can either be like the brute, the enforcer. There's like 3 or 4, and it basically combines a bunch of perks into one, sort of. So like the silent one, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but you don't have a terror radius maybe for X amount of time, which is that like the heartbeat or the music that the survivors hear when you're about to chase them. Or if you kick a generator, you can show your partner the silhouettes of survivors in the area, or you can give your partner a speed boost. So it's like a lot of teamwork type things for killers. But it gives them also, like I said, they can go invisible or not invisible. They can be undetected or like kick pallets faster or whatever. So it's interesting to not have to rely on the same couple of perks too. It just changes it up in a nice, refreshing way. The downside to 2v8, especially this time, is that nobody wants to play as Survivor. And the average killer match has been over 25 minutes to get into a match.
Wow.
Which is throwing me back to 2019 when I first started playing Dead by Daylight, and I would sit there and wait and wait and wait.
It does make me wonder if a 2v8 may catch on. Because I know the good thing about 1v4 is that if you want to just play killer, you don't have to have somebody else to play with. But if you want that, to have that second player, that's interesting. And I don't think anybody else has done that yet.
Yeah, I love 2v8. I would love for them to make it a permanent game mode so you can have the option to do either one. But this last cycle has made me very nervous if they're ever going to do that now, because people are very annoyed with Dead by Daylight for a million reasons right now. Their survivor base has, like, for 2v8 dropped off. Oops, sorry, I punched my microphone. Dropped off almost completely, I feel like. For it to take 25 minutes to get into a match when you have 2 killers ready to go means that there's nobody playing Survivor, which is nuts. So they actually,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they actually implemented a interesting mechanic called, actually I don't remember what it's called exactly, but basically it lets you, if you're signed up to be in a killer match and it says, hey, you have 25 minutes to wait, there's a little window at the top and it says, do you want to switch over and play as Survivor while you wait? So it's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, thinking that it would put you in the queue and you would play a game, come back, and then play a killer game.
Oh, it takes you out of the killer queue?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
It takes
that's
you,
really
so while you're waiting for a match, you're in both queues. But obviously, survivors are so desperately needed that it almost immediately puts you into a lobby as a survivor. And then it takes you out of the killer queue. So as cool as that seemed, it was kind of annoying. Like, it's basically like whatever comes first. That would work if you really didn't care and it was quick either way. But yeah, they're really desperate to get people to play as Survivor. It just, I don't know. And I know like a big update just dropped today and I have no idea what went down in the update, but apparently there was a lot of crazy changes. So I guess more to come next month. But like I said, as much as I like 2v8, I really hope that the crazy wait time to play as killer changes, or I don't see them ever making this a permanent game mode, because nobody would ever want to play Survivor, I feel like. And it might even impact the 1v4 aspect if everyone's only playing 2v8. But
yeah, I mean, the other thing with having 8 survivors is communication. It's hard enough to communicate with 4 people when you're playing Survivor, so 8 would be very difficult.
Yeah, it gets very hectic.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem. But
yeah,
it's just interesting that they tried this. It's not something you see every day with these asymmetrical horror games.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but we'll see. We'll see what comes of it in the future.
All right, Mark, how about you?
Yeah. So, for most of the audience out there, you've known the one big game I have been playing since the last podcast Prime. I did complete Death Stranding 2.
Congratulations.
I think it was 65 hours when I ended it.
Nice.
It was a really good game. It's not Expedition 33. That's a hard bar to cross at this point. But what it does, I'll have a spoiler video where I talk more deeply into the story coming in about a week or so. But essentially, it is Kojima sort of slightly, but also seemingly had one of his more focused premises, or emotional, maybe pathos, I don't know. But like the emotional point of the story was probably the best one he's had. Even if everything around it is fucking crazy, that's going on, and his naming conventions are still great. The fact that the new character, the new president, is just called President. And
nice.
We still have good old, Deadman and Hartman, and Deadman is a guy who's basically a Frankenstein monster a little bit. It's just insane. It's got some of the most, I would say it's probably got the single best emotional moment in a Kojima game. And I think he actually earned the emotional moment. It's not even the ending or anything. There's just a moment like 2/3 of the way in that he 100% earns. And it's very, I think it would hit the two of you really hard. It's the main thing is it's Death Stranding, but it plays so much better. You aren't forced to play a certain way for stretches of the game. Like I basically drove a car the entire game. I didn't when I got the car, I drove the car the entire game. And even places didn't have roads or climbing up mountains. If you wiggled enough or tried your hardest, you could get that thing to go up a steep mountain. Plenty of times me and Goat were trying to figure out how to which way I should wiggle the car to get it to go up the mountain.
Excuse me, Mark. That's called Skyrimming?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's literally just a flat thing, and I'm just sort of snaking the car to make it go up the flat thing. It's not even a hopping. There is an anti-gravity thing that allows you to Skyrim.
I see.
On there, that you can sort of hop up the stuff, but you don't get that till a little later. But it's just a straight snow plank, like you would ski down at a ski resort.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And just going up with the car, and it would slowly start slowing down. And I'm like, all right, let's go to the right. A little bit more. Yeah. Then after you do all that, they give you snow tires.
Oh, I see. You've earned your snow tires.
Yeah. And so, yeah, me and Goat were having a fun time with that. That car, I literally used the same car, and you can go through all the videos when they go up on YouTube, the same car until one of the very last things. It got blown up in the middle of a giant epic battle at the end. I can just remake a vehicle. It's not like a horse in like Red Dead or Zelda or something like that. But yeah, it was the same car. I was pretty proud of that I never blew that thing up by mistake at any point. But yeah, all the quality of life stuff is better in terms of in combat. When you're fighting actual humans, it is so much better than the BT combat. The BT combat is just annoying, and I avoided it at all costs until I was forced to. It's just there's like no lock on, which I know sounds casual gamer here, but the things are like so large, and like you get knocked around the screen that you just lose the thing. Mm-hmm. In the can, I would like to have had a lock on. To be like, all right, it's over there. Got it. It does have auto aim when you pull up a gun. But nice. doing that to a giant like squid crab thing is kind of hard because it will hit you one before the auto aim gets in. But yeah, the human to human combat was pretty good, and they solved two problems. They only had two guns in the game that would actually kill humans, where you had to take them to be disposed of, so they didn't create a nuclear explosion. Yeah, that makes sense for those of you that played the game. And every weapon you shot was non-lethal. So you didn't have to carry a lethal and a non, all of them were non-lethal. You just get these special guns at the end that are meant to destroy the big BTs, but if you shoot them at a human, it'll kill them. So, combat was great. The skill tree stuff was good. Like I said, it was just Death Stranding, but better. So if you didn't like Death Stranding 1, you're probably not going to like this game. But I can't wait to talk a little bit more about the spoiler stuff in that thing. And we played.
I'll say real quick. There is a lot of Kojima being Kojima in this game.
Yes, and I didn't even find all of it, just to let you know on stream.
Just the regular story stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of like the one major story point. If you know Kojima, you can tag it pretty early on. And you had read ahead on it and knew it going in, Tom. But then they almost try to say it's yeah. And then they almost like gave a reason for it not to be that. And I think I literally said on stream, you might have been there for this, Tom. I literally said on stream, I was like, if he does that, fuck him. It's the obvious answer is the answer. You don't need to be cute with this.
Yep.
It hits emotionally if it's the obvious thing. You don't need to be stupid with it. And Troy Baker is amazing as Higgs. It's probably my character of the year so far. I'll say it's up there with a couple of the people from Expedition 33, but he just does such a great job, like performance-wise, with it. So that all that video should be up next week or so on there. I think I got 2 more episodes to upload. Yeah, so moving on to a game that we all 3 of us watched together through the pandemic and all that, and now comes with full voice acting. I'm talking about the Trails in the Sky first chapter demo that we played, which made Cassius sound like a groomer and a pedophile.
It was real weird. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty weird. I have the video up on YouTube if you haven't caught it yet, Jen. But Cassius, he's the only one that I didn't like in terms of the voice acting. Yeah. I think it's Miko and Tom are going, oh, that's weird, right? It's real weird he said that.
I mean, there are some weird parts of that game in general.
Yeah. And then she growls in this game, and then I said to Tom, I was like, werewolf.
Yeah.
But
our werewolf theory.
They get the voice was pretty easy to sort of get because I forgot that when you do the special moves, they do voice acting in the original. So I guess maybe it's the same voice actor, so they were able to sort of find someone that was close enough. But the attitude and the way she spoke as Estelle, they nailed it. The only thing that was different. Go ahead, Jen. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying that's good.
Yeah. The only thing that was weird but still good, but I would need to see her later in the story is Shirzard, our dominatrix mommy that has a whip. Yep. She's a lot younger than I was thinking. But I think she is canonically like 18, 19. Like she's supposed to be like a savant. And she's like the silver streak, like I forgot about all that until they brought it back up. I was like, oh, that's why she's real young. She's like this phenom of like of battle or whatever.
I don't remember that. I remember her being older for some reason.
In the bracers. Yeah. Just the way they I was like, oh yeah, that's right. She's young. It might have been given off 20s vibes, but for some reason I had her in my head as like in her 30s.
Yeah, me too.
But I think she's supposed to be I think it's like 18 or 20. I think she's supposed to be young.
Okay.
But they get the attitude right. Her frustration with Estelle is great. But I want to see when she starts like flirting with Olivier later in the game. I want to see how they deal with that. Or see how those two flirts, because Olivier is voiced by one Matthew Mercer.
Oh my god. That's great.
So I want to see those two go. But the main thing they changed the gameplay. We don't need to spend much time with this. But they changed it to where you don't have to go into a turn-based style thing. You can just fight the enemies outside of it.
Interesting.
But if you do that, you can't use magic, or I didn't figure out how to use magic in there. But basically what it is you beat them up, and if you stun them and you go into battle, you have advantage, essentially. You get a round to fight them. It's like in the other games when you sneak up behind them and get into battle. And they have a couple of new like combo attacks that you can do. They basically have the all-out attack thing from Persona in it. Like if you stun somebody, you can all go attack the person. It very much felt like a mixture of. I saw a lot of the trail stuff in there, especially how spells work and all that stuff. The look and feel of the game felt very Tales of, and that's probably because these games are probably a lot closer in like where they are in the RPG scale. So it makes sense that a ground behind the thing camera looks like Tales of. And then there's some Persona vibes in the combat. So it looks like they took in a lot of the stuff that came after. For the most part, I think Tales might have been before Trails, but sort of just brought everything put into this game when they remade it. It seems like the story's 1 for 1 so far. And I'm going to play this off stream, not going to play it on stream. As I keep saying, there's a whole playthrough on the YouTube channel. If you want to see me with a giant beard and long hair, play through that.
That was the midst of the pandemic, I think.
The middle of the pandemic, yeah. So it made me want to play the game more. That's what a good demo should do.
Perfect.
And then I'm playing second chapter. That story's starting to get good. I think I figured out one of the story things we're going to find out or we would have already found out the next time I stream. So it's moving along nicely. It's Trails. It's so far the game's just great. It's not like generational, earth-shattering, type of RPG, but it's a really, really well done one. The characters all stay true to who they are. They don't cheat them for like dramatic purposes. So that's why I really, really enjoy about Tales. And then the other stuff I've been playing, NCAA. I finally got a team where I'm competing for national championships. The Tulane Green Wave, Roll Wave. So my only complaint is I don't know if it's a bug or if it's supposed to make it realistic. But sometimes I'll like throw to a receiver and it'll be like where he could turn and jump for it. And it just goes over his head. Like nobody reacts, not even the defender. So I don't know if it's like a bug or something. Because there have been a good amount of bugs, but that's really the only bad one that I've had. It frustrates me sometimes. But everything else, it's so much more realistic with quarterback stuff. Like you have to make sure you clear the offensive line, or else it's going to be like a weird pass because he's got to throw it over the lineman instead of through the throwing lane. And everything else around it is fantastic. It's probably on par with 25. It's not a step up, but it's not a step down either. And then finally, I beat 2 Mega Men since I think that's how you would pronounce it. Since we last,
no, it'd be Mega Mans.
Mega Mans.
That sounds so weird.
So I beat Mega Man 1, which not a great game. It's okay, but the main problem with it is that it still has a lot of the arcade trappings of that era. So it's a lot of like times you're supposed to get hit because they want you to put quarters in the machine. And a lot of puzzles that could make you fall into, pits. So you'll put a quarter in the machine. And it's frustrating, but I'm glad I got through it. I got to check that off the list. And then I spent 3 streams only because we ran out of time on stream 2, or I would have beat it in 2. Playing probably one of my top 10 favorite games of all time in Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is such a good game. And I showed off that, that I have played it a lot and I'm pretty good at it. Not that great, but pretty good.
I mean, you got through it pretty quickly. So I would agree that you're pretty good at it.
Yeah. The save feature helps just me needing to redo levels. That was more for the stream purpose. Especially on those, like, I basically put myself into a corner with the final Wily boss, and I had to do that almost perfectly to win because I stupidly took my E-Tank before going in. So that wasn't fun, that one fight. I think I kind of brute forced it a little bit at the end. But yeah, so we're starting up Mega Man 3. That probably already would have happened on Monday. But yeah, this is supposed to be the other game that's supposed to be in contention for best Mega Man game with 2. So I have not fully played through 3. Only played a couple Robot Masters before. But I'm really excited for when we get to 4, 5, and 6 because I've never touched those games. So yeah, that's our Retro Roulette endurance run as I'm playing through the 6 NES Mega Mans. And then the other crazy thing I did was when I was playing our game for Retro Roulette Club, Automobili Lamborghini. I decided to just play a bunch of games on my Mister, and I played through an underrated Olympics game, which called, I think it's Gold Medal Challenge 92. It's a Capcom one because they couldn't get the license for the Olympics because someone else had that on NES. And a lot of the events are pretty good. Like I had some muscle memory on how to win some of them. But it has this marathon thing where it's just basically RNG. You get to pick how fast your guy's going to run, and you pick it before anybody else picks. So the RNG is if you go out too fast and lose your energy and everybody else like conserve, they're going to blast ahead of you at the end. Or if you start too slow and everybody goes fast, you're going to be behind. Like I have not figured out how to win it every time. And even when I look it up on guides, there's no like you set it at this number every time and you'll win. So I had a lot of fun playing through that, and also playing through a lot of shitty sports games that from like the mid 2000s for Genesis and Super Nintendo. Just any kind of name brand had a hockey game or football game or something. I think there was both a Sporting News and Sports Illustrated sports games.
I mean, there were so many sports games.
Yeah, there was a lot. I was playing through a bunch of them. They all suck. But yeah, that's Death Stranding is basically took over my life. So that was the majority of what I playing. But yeah, looking forward to starting up some new stuff in the next couple weeks here once I get done with Trails.
Awesome. As for me, I have been playing Final Fantasy IX and finally making progress. I'm on the second disc. I have made it to the second continent, and I I got a new party member, another white mage, if that tells you anything, if you've played the game.
Yep, I know who it is.
And I am heading to the giant tree. That's it. That's where I'll leave it.
The Ifa tree.
Yeah,
that's not a spoiler. Naming the tree.
No, yeah, it's hard to figure out how those things are pronounced when you don't have voice acting. So
well, I don't know if you got to the Resident Arc show when they're talking about where you're at. Probably not because you haven't finished it yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I want to get to the end of disc 2 before I listen to it.
Yeah, because Kaysen, who like knows Japanese, explains why it's called Ifa and all that.
Okay, well, that's good.
So yeah,
I will look forward to that. And for anybody wondering why I'm playing Final Fantasy IX, I am playing along with the Resident Arc guys. They are doing a playthrough and discussion of the entire game. I unfortunately got lagged behind a little when I went on vacation, and I have yet to catch up because they play a lot. I'm trying to get to the end of disc 2. I forgot there were 4 discs in this game. It's really long. But yeah, I'm nearing the end of disc 2, and then hopefully I'll make some strides towards the rest of the game. I can definitely tell I'm towards the midpoint of the game because the villain has kind of won already, kind of. So
yeah,
I'm definitely getting towards what to do to beat said villain. So I did hit a twist. I won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't played Final Fantasy IX, but I hit a twist. But it was kind of obvious, but I'll just leave it at that. One of the main characters. I do have to say there is one thing about the game that annoys the hell out of me, and that is the trance system. You can get a trance in the middle of a battle. You have no control over once it happens. Once you are in trance, that's it. you don't get to you don't get to pick like during your turn if you
Yeah.
want to go into trance. You have to be in trance.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
the
could be
worst part of the
fighting.
game.
You could be fighting an Oglop and go into trance and just lose that whole bar. So that's the one annoying thing I can say about Final Fantasy IX. Other than that, it's been great. It's a gorgeous PS1 game. I can't overstate how beautiful that game is for the PlayStation 1. They did an amazing job on the visuals. The music is great. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can complain about. So that's the bulk of what I've been playing, but I also purchased a Switch 2 and a couple of Switch 2 games,
Nice.
and I'm going to complain about one of them.
Uh-oh.
I bought
Welcome tour.
I bought Mario Kart World, and no, I did not buy Welcome Tour. Honestly, if someone bought Welcome Tour, they should not be allowed to buy video games anymore. Why would you spend
free.
money on that? It should have come with the system. You got to spend $10 to get the intro game to the system to see how everything works. It's a glorified tech demo. Anyway, Mario Kart World. So the game's gorgeous. It looks incredible. It's running at 4K in docked mode and HDR and all. It looks great. So far, my biggest gripe with it is there's no real sense of speed. Like you hit top speed and you're just like, all right, I'm just puttering along here. Like I don't feel like I'm going very fast. And I get it, you're in a go-kart, but
yeah,
it's really I guess I'm also going through I like to go through like 50cc on everything first. Maybe that's part of the problem.
I was about to ask what CC you were on.
I like to do 50cc so I can kind of figure out the tracks first and then go back and do the higher CCs. But
my Mario Kart thing is I beat every track at every CC and just start from 50 and go up. So
yeah, I tried 100% any Mario Kart game like that too. I've done a little bit of the exploring, which is interesting. You can drive around tracks free roam style and find secrets and find like outfits for your characters and stuff like that. But I haven't really done a whole lot of that because that stuff is all just visuals. It doesn't really do a whole lot.
Okay.
Like it doesn't change your stats. Like the only things that really change your stats are the cart itself. In the older games, like you could pick cart, you could pick the wheels, you could pick the like the gliding apparatus you had, whether it be a parachute or whatever. But in this, it's just the cart. That's basically it. That's the only thing that changes your statistics. And I guess your character has their own set of statistics also. Like if you are Donkey Kong, you're obviously way heavier than if you're using Koopa Troopa. But it's not too difficult. I haven't run into many problems in the races, but like I said, right now there's like no sense of speed. There are a couple of cool new like items that you can use. Something else that it does that I really like is when you get a shell or a banana peel, it automatically puts it behind you. That's something you would have to like do manually in every other Mario Kart game to keep it behind you. You'd have to like hold a button the whole time you're driving. But now it automatically does that. That is one positive I can say for this game. I mean, I sound like I'm being harsh on this. The game is good. I think Mario Kart 8 is better personally.
That's what I've been hearing.
I can't believe that they're trying to sell this game for $80. It's
Oh
not
my
an $80
god.
game. It's
That's
not.
insane.
I bought the bundle, so it was only 50. But if someone went out and bought this game for $80, I feel bad because it's not an $80 game. There's nothing in this game that tells me I need to spend $80. Like it looks good, it plays well, but other than that, like it's just Mario Kart.
Right.
And
They're banking on the name selling it for $80.
Yeah, I mean it's a first party Nintendo game and they haven't come out with a new Mario Kart in what, 10 years?
Yeah, a long
Mario
time.
Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U. So it's been a while since they released a new one, but I just think that they went a little too far with the pricing. But yeah, it's good, but it's not. I'm gonna run out and spend $80 immediately on this game. I would buy it on sale. I would not spend full price on it.
Yeah, I feel that Mario Kart World's going to get like a second wind once everybody starts buying Switch 2s.
That's the other thing is like not everybody has a Switch 2. I mean, a lot of people do because they sold out immediately, but you can still. I was able to find them relatively easily.
Yeah, kind of like Mario. Well, Mario Kart 8 came later into the Switch lifespan. Then obviously World came out at launch. But yeah, once like the majority of people have made the switch over, I think you'll see all of a sudden start seeing a lot more World content, and when they release new tracks and stuff like that. But I think I didn't like watching it out of the gate.
Watching it would be very boring to watch somebody play this. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 was fun to watch just because there was a lot more ability to fuck with people. In some of the courses and ways they had it set up. And with it being less people, you would think more would be better, but I think sometimes it gets too chaotic. I did like what I saw of that mode where it's sort of like an arcade racer. What's it called? Where you have to like finish in a certain place at every checkpoint. Like F-Zero.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did. That was sometimes fun to watch, but people would stop playing it because it would just get frustrating. Because one person would get hit with a shell, and it would take like 6 people out because the cart would knock everybody off. Not like take them out and like a shell does, but it would sort of like knock them sideways.
Yeah, and knock them off the track.
Yeah, and it was just. But it's a good idea. Hopefully they do it. But yeah. I'm excited to hear what you think of the, I think, actual good game you got.
Yes. I also purchased Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game is a whole lot of fun. I'm still in the beginning stages of the game, but it's the mechanics, the way things work so far has been really fun. I mean, the exploration is good. The controls feel great. Like I don't feel like I'm messing up when I'm trying to control Donkey Kong. I do have to admit the button layout is a little weird. Because jump is like on what is it on the it's A, which is the right button, the right A. Yeah, that's A. On a Switch controller, that's A. So yeah, jump is A, but like all of the other buttons are to hit stuff, like either hit up or down or right in front of you. So I understand why they did it. It just feels weird. And it's just a weird layout. I might have done it differently, but for what we're doing, it works. The story is weird. I think we all kind of saw that. That was it. The story is very strange. Like you're working on in a mine, and then all of a sudden the whole mine gets blown away. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I haven't gotten far enough to understand what the hell is going on yet. But as a collectathon, I thought it was going to be boring, but it's just fun to like hit stuff. It's very satisfying to just break stuff apart and earn coins or bananas or whatever the currency is.
Yeah, I heard. From what I hear, this game is, at least in the game journalist community and the streamers I watch, this is the one that could compete with Expedition 33 for the Jeff Keighley Game of the Year.
Just in the short amount of time that I've played, it's definitely, I would say, it's in the Game of the Year discussion. I still need to play Expedition 33, which I will get around to eventually. I promise. But yeah, I'm excited to get further in this game. And there's only one gripe I've had so far, and it was like being thrown back into the N64, and that's sometimes the camera sucks. Sometimes you have to like hit down, like hit the rocks below you to go down further into a cave.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you do that, the camera like does not know what to do with itself, and it just like gets stuck, and it's like right on you until you start hitting more stuff so it can move back and be in its normal position.
Yeah.
So it's minor. It's very minor.
Yeah.
Very nitpicky.
Lakiitu's got to be in a good position.
It's exactly right. That's what's happening. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been there was a little time there when I was on vacation that I kind of took a break from gaming, but I'm back into it. I want to get Final Fantasy IX done before the end of the year. I'm really hoping that happens.
Yeah,
because this is the furthest I've ever gotten in it by far. I've never gotten to the second disc, let alone the end of the second disc. So I'm hoping to keep that streak alive.
Yeah.
And maybe if we have some downtime, it may be part of our extra live stream, which I'd like to move on to here.
Yeah.
Something we do every year since 2017, 2016, when
2015. It's our 10th anniversary, Tom.
Wow. It's the 10th anniversary of us doing our first extra life. So yeah, we've been doing this for 10 years.
Yep.
Raising money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia through Extra Life.
Yeah. And humble beginnings, those first ones.
Oh, that's for sure. Because we had never done any live streaming before.
Yeah, that was our first live stream.
We were all very novices. We were all quite beginners when it came to live streaming. But we've learned over the years, and I think we've gotten better and better as we've gotten older. But also as we've gotten older, we can't do it as long.
Yeah.
We used to play for 24 hours straight. Oh, well, that's a lie. We used to play for 25 hours because for some reason we picked a day when daylight savings time was, and we'd play for 25 hours straight.
Well, to be honest, that is the day Extra Life chose. And then the federal government decided to change daylight savings time to that day as well.
Which was
for Saturday in November.
Let me tell you, it's so good. It's so good to do 25 hours.
But we have, after the first year of doing it, we have Jen and Dan to thank for no longer doing our long stream.
That was the reason why we. That's the reason why we picked that date to get married. Honestly, was just to save us that extra hour. Yeah, you're welcome.
We do.
So I'll just, before we talk about what our thoughts are and just reminisce more, just my idea for the schedule. Nothing is finalized yet, except one thing is finalized. But the Extra Life Day, which I believe is usually the first Saturday in November. Will be, my solo long stream of like 12 to 16 hours or whatever, or longer if I'm playing a game I want to keep playing. So I will be there on Extra Life Day when everybody's on Twitch. Maybe that's a good or bad, I don't know. But just to be a part of the zeitgeist at that point. I haven't locked down what I'm going to play and all that, but, that date is locked in for the stream. The only thing that would interrupt it or make it start at a weird time is if my second job is doing scoreboard operations for a college, a junior college, would have a game that day. I would have to start after the game. So that day's locked in. We're definitely doing something that day. We're going to try and get everyone together in one location for, even if it's like an 8 to 10 hour stream or something, a 10th anniversary special thing, just to, even if it's the last time we ever do it like that because of, kids and stuff. But at least try and do it one more time.
That's part of the problem, is that we all have kids now. So this is going to be quite difficult to figure out how we're going to do it. We'll figure something out, even if people pop in and out or whatever. I guess one final hurrah of doing it all together. Would be something we'd work towards. No guarantee, like I said. But I think I liked what we did last year in the fact of, at least on the Game Vault Pod channel, every Saturday in November, we did something, whether it's playing a special game, not to make this sound strange, but like currently in negotiations with Jen to play Split Fiction at some point in November. But we have to certain things cooperate that are currently being worked on. And like stuff like that, like special streams. I think last year I did a whole stream of Link to Past Randomizer, for like 6-7 hours or something.
I did a dual stream with Jonathan where I was playing something and he was playing something. We were both on stream at the same time. We did the Crossworlds thing where he had stuff for my game and I had stuff for his game in our worlds. And then just overall, just stuff like that throughout November to just raise it. And if we do things in December, we do. December tends to be a little more hectic, but I like the idea. It's going to be me at the helm every Saturday. One of those may include the get together, but I take it as the person that is single and does not have kids. That I can helm all the heavy lifting in terms of the streaming that time period. But yeah, so be ready to join us. The site should be up in about 2 weeks once I finalize some other things. But yeah. So back to it. 10 years, guys. They're on Jackbox 11, FYI. At this, if you need more reasons of how long it's been,
yeah, I think we did Party Pack 2, like that first one.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just thinking about the original ones we did. We found some gems when we were playing through some of those games. And I miss the fact that you could just go and buy like $2 games at like GameStop and just pick up whatever, because you can't really do that anymore. We found some gems. Like what was the Wheelman?
Yeah, with air jacking.
Yeah.
It's not as dirty as it sounds.
No, it's fun though. That game, we were dying. We were dying laughing.
It was the best game to play at 2 a.m. It was so ridiculous.
But you as high as you have quite low when you have the Quiet Man. Yeah, I think Ant almost quit everything when he started playing that.
So 2 years in a row, I almost streamed something that made Ant want to walk out. So the first year was No Man's Sky, where I started playing No Man's Sky, and all it is you just go around and collect materials and then go back to your ship and like either sell the materials or use it to build bigger stuff. And he was kind of like, this is it. Essentially and he's like, I'm just leaving. No. And then we switched it up. And then the next year I dropped the Quiet Man on him. And I think he was about to just quit life. At some point during that stream.
I can agree with that. That game was something else, man.
That's a one of a kind game. And it's like, yeah, that's been my favorite parts of it is finding the gems and finding the times when we can't forget about Untitled Goose Game either. That was Jen's.
Oh my god, yes.
Jen's determination to beat that game.
It was like, yeah, I was so tired and I was so angry at the game. I was like, I'm never gonna give up on this game until I've defeated it. That was intense.
That was one of those 5 a.m. games, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah,
I don't remember when I started, but yeah,
she finished out the stream almost beating that.
Yeah.
I think you started like 2-3 in the morning because I think I'm pretty sure that was the year where I was playing A Link to the Past randomizer and kept nodding, and that hand just kept grabbing me.
Yes. That was so great, and you're just like, and
after like the 6th or 7th time, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. And that might have been when I picked it up right after that.
Yeah. And then I know that was around the time when Tom was playing some FF7, and it was just like we were looking for a game to just entertain, to like be funny for everyone to wake up. And we found Untitled Goose Game. That was a great night. Yeah. And then all the Jackbox stuff has been great. There's been some unbelievable moments with that. Some I wish we captured, like highlights on stream for, that I don't think are there. But because I don't think we saved any of those videos from 2017, 18, 19, and all that.
I don't think we started saving stuff until 2020. I think that was like the first time we saved stuff.
Yeah. So, that's always my favorite part is that. And the playing.
There's always a hero too. There's always a hero of the night. One year Jen played Phasmo, or did you play Phasmo or Dead by Daylight for like 5 hours in
I
the
think
middle
it
of
was
the night.
Dead by Daylight. I think, yeah, I carried us through like the wee morning hours by myself.
I don't know how you did it. It was
Me neither.
impressive.
I think Mayton stayed up with me. Well, I mean, maybe it was like daytime for him. It might
I
have
say
been.
it'd been middle of the day for him.
Yeah. But he helped me tremendously. I remember just having someone else to talk to was good.
Yeah. I think the other moment for me is, well, I love that FMV game. I think it's like Bloodshot or something like that. Bloodshore. That was it.
Was that the one where everybody's dropped on the island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And doing that was not a great, but it was a lot better than I was expecting. We had some good moments with that. And then one of my personal favorite moments that involved somebody outside of the streaming community was when we were playing Jackbox and Ash joined in, friend of the podcast, Kitty Ashcat, and she didn't want to curse on stream.
Yeah.
So she put S word for something into the Jackbox answer.
I just like how she'd be like, Uncle Mark, that's a bad word, if she would hear you say something.
Yeah,
Uncle
that
Mark,
was
you're not
great.
supposed to say that.
Yeah, she's amazing now. Now she's a hardcore Siege player, which is so weird. But yeah, that moment, I don't let her live down S word. That was still the funniest thing. I was like, you could have said like poop or crap, right? You didn't.
Nope. You had to go with S word. That was it.
Go with S word. But yeah.
We're all the better for it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I guess we'll figure out things to do for it. But I wanted this podcast because by the time next podcast prime comes up, everything should be like, I would say 80% decided. The only thing would be our get together, because we might not know that until like literally a week before. Whether that can get together, but we should have everything else locked up by the end of September, just because I have to start promoting it at that point. But yeah, so I've been mentioning it on the news hour for the last couple weeks. We bring it up on stream every so often, but I want to make sure we had it here for the Podcast Prime listeners to let you know, 10th anniversary Game Vault Pod / I guess we were the main Damie at the beginning. Extra Life, raising money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I got to look at our lifetime numbers and get all that stuff up, because I think it keeps track of how much we've raised over the years. And so if you have any ideas for games you'd like to see us play, or ideas for segments in terms of things to put on a wheel for me to do when I'm doing the long stream and stuff like that, feel free to reach out to any of our socials. We're on Blue Sky, probably the best spot to find us, or you can jump into the Discord. Yeah, we're in Threads and all that too. Yeah, and Discord, and just let us know, any thoughts or ideas you had, or if you've been with us for most of the 10 years, a little reminiscing on this, because it's been a wild ride.
Yes, it has, and I'm excited to go on it again this year. gonna be interesting, that's for sure. Yeah. All right.
And in 25 years, we turn it over to the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
just yes.
Well, we've already decided that the movie podcast is going to be me and Dan and Ant's kid.
That's right.
Doing the podcast
together. I can't wait. All right. And speaking of things we're looking forward to, there is quite a number of games coming out towards the end of this year.
Yeah.
And I would like to discuss some of the ones that we think are going to be piquing our interest, and which ones, if any, might be on that Game of the Year list. Let's start with Mark. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so I pulled the list and highlighted it. There are some things I pulled, everything that I would purchase and play, not like games that I've like have aspirations of playing. Ones that I'm like, I'm pretty sure like I will get that game. Like my big example is I'm not going to put Ghost of Yotai on here, as much as I would love to want to play that game. And I say it to myself, I'm probably not going to buy it and play that game. And it has nothing to do with how good it is. So first one on my list right away. It already came out on Thursday. But Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I've seen people playing it. apparently, if you put any of the special costumes on, they go into the cutscenes, and it's just amazing. I didn't know how you could make a Kojima game goofier, but they happen to do it. And then there's the one thing I love. This isn't a spoiler for the game because it happened so early on, but I love that they kept the physics for the rope bridge from the very beginning of the game, where if you knock out a soldier and he lands on the bridge, and if the wind like shifts the bridge, they will just slide off into the river below, killing them. Thankfully, it does not count for your pacifist run because you didn't kill them.
They just happened to die.
But I'm glad that stayed in and they didn't try and fix it or anything like that, because that was one of the dumbest things he had in the first game. So that definitely looking forward to. Obviously, we've already talked Trails in the Sky first chapter that comes out September 19th. A game, I don't know if you guys are looking forward to this one too. I don't know if I'm actually going to buy and play it, but it may be one of those late end of the year things. Baby Steps comes out September 23rd.
That's a game That's a game I'd much rather watch than play.
Yeah.
I would get quite annoyed with that game. That's for sure.
And just so I'm just going to go around and because there's two games I want to talk about. So I'm going to mention the other ones that we're not going to spend much time on. EA Sports FC 26, of course, September 26th. One that you may talk about a lot, Tom, so I'll just say real quick. Obviously, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evil East Chronicles. I never beat Tactics, so I'm definitely going to buy that to play it. Outer Worlds 2, which, again, you might bring up so we can talk there. Mina the Hollower, which is an independent game that's supposed to be like a Zelda-like. I still have not touched the demo. I've been wanting to. That comes out on October 31st. Tales of Exilia, which is my second favorite Tales game ever, is getting remastered. That's coming out on Halloween as well. And that's really the last thing that I'm definitely going to buy, because I don't think I'm going to go Octopath Traveler 0. And also, for some reason, this list didn't have an HL26, so obviously I'm getting that. But the main game that I am excited for, and I am a weird one on this podcast and probably in general, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It's coming out September 25th.
I forgot about that game.
I absolutely loved Racing Transformed. It's as close as any kart racer or this type of game has gotten to Mario Kart, in terms of quality and fun of weapons and level design and nostalgia, because it's a lot of old Sega stuff. And me being a Sega kid, I had my Sega first, the Genesis. I had my Genesis first before I got my Super Nintendo. So I have a lot more young kid nostalgia for Genesis games. So it's Sonic, and I'm so glad when they announced they were having people that were not, because I thought it was just going to be the Sonic world, and I was getting mad because there's so much weird Sega stuff you could throw in there. And then they showed that they're putting Joker in there. I think it's from Persona.
Can I just say I'm sad they didn't go goofy off the wall and put the typing of the dead guy in it with the Dreamcast on its back?
I mean, last time they had Danica Patrick in there as a playable character.
So for that.
Who knows what they could do this time? What I'm hoping is that they have Ryu from Shenmue, and he drives a forklift. That's what I. I think last time when they had
was he in Sega Racing All Stars?
Yeah, and and they have Ichiban in this one. But I remember when they had from Like a Dragon, Yakuza. I remember when they had Kiryu in it before. He drove I think it was an Outrun arcade cabinet was his vehicle. From that, he was in the car that you sit in.
Right.
with the machine in front of him.
That's great.
So that's the game that's one of the games I'm most looking forward to. And I know I'm an outlier. I know no one else would probably talk about this podcast. So I wanted to give it a shout. I still play Racing Transformed every so often. It's just a really old game that's I think it's still DirectX 9 or something weird like that. Or 10. It was one of the last things on that DirectX for Windows. So sometimes it's not great, but so that's what I'm looking forward to here. Obviously there might be things that pop up or some things on this list that I don't remember their name, and then when it comes out, I'm like, oh, that game. But yeah, a lot to look forward to this fall and winter.
Yep. Jen, how about you? Anything in particular you're looking forward to?
Yeah, there's a few things. Starting out with one I didn't even know has been in early access since 2022, and I'm really mad at myself. But it's officially releasing on September 15th, and that is Little Witch in the Woods.
Ooh, yeah.
It is literally Stardew Valley meets witchcraft in the cutest way possible, and I can't believe I have not heard of this yet. But yeah, it's a super comfy looking game. It looks really easy on the eyes. So if you've ever played like vanilla Stardew without mods to tone down the colors, this looks so much nicer and softer and not super hard on the eyes. So I really like that aspect of it already. But yeah, it looks so adorable, and I am definitely going to buy this. I can't wait for September 15th. I have the dilemma again where it's, do I buy this on PC for Steam, or do I buy it for my consoles? So I don't know, but I think I'm probably not going to get it for the Switch. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to buy a Steam Deck so I can play it on the Steam Deck. That would solve this dilemma, though, honestly.
Indeed,
never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. I just remember the last time that I bought something on the Switch because I was like, this is a cozy game and I'm going to play it in bed, and then it sucked. So we'll see.
Well, there you go.
To be announced.
Problem solved. Buy a Steam Deck.
Yep. I'll just let Dan know. It's fine.
Or whatever the Asus Ally Xbox thing is that's coming out.
True. Next is, and let me just say, some of these you guys may not relate to, and that's fine. Next is Silent Hill F, which is releasing on September 25th.
Yeah, I hovered over that one.
Forward to that one.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that one.
I don't really have to explain why I like this one, I would imagine.
Before Jen jumps into it,
yes.
Tom, did you hear who voices the main character in Silent Hill F?
Silent Hill F? Is it, what's her name from the playing Aerith?
No, you're close. It is Yuffie.
Oh,
the voice actor's playing Yuffie.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Still not going to make me want to play the
game. He's like, no.
Yeah, that was one of the announcements. I'm not surprised. That was announced during Gamescom last week. So, yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, I don't have to explain why I'm excited for this one. It just overall seems like a typical Silent Hill type game where you're playing as a girl who's, I believe it's like her hometown is engulfed in the fog, and you're fighting, the really creepy demon-like monsters, and there's puzzles. But the twist, I think, so far, from what I can see, is that it's actually kind of pretty. Like they have these really pretty Japanese, like sakura petals everywhere. So I think that it's a little prettier than your typical Silent Hill game. But I know nothing else about it, about the story or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get this one. I probably won't get it when it first launches because I want to kind of feel out how people like it. But I have loved past Silent Hill games. So
I mean, that
seems like eventually.
Seems like a perfect stream game for you.
Yeah, I think so too.
As long as people don't spoil it.
I know. So this is my thing. I won't go into because I can go off on a rampage about this. I don't love playing brand new games on stream. Like, not that this is really mainstream, but it's edging to that point. I don't like backseat gaming, and I don't like how me playing games versus maybe you guys playing games, I get more backseat gamers than you guys might get because.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the test to that, which was kind of an accidental test, was me trying to play through Resident Evil Village and Dan playing through Resident Evil Village and getting 0 people telling him what to do constantly and random people coming into stream and telling me what to do all the time. So yeah, we'll see. This Silent Hill might be, like I said, it's not so mainstream where it might be a game where I could potentially play it on stream without a ton of backseating, but we'll have to see. But yeah, that just ruins things for me, to be honest.
Yeah. Sorry to bring up Dorsey.
No, you're fine. That's fine. Maybe that could be a topic in the future. But yeah, moving on, Little Nightmares 3 which is October 10th. And Mark, you might be interested in this one because this is also a co-op game similar to It Takes Two.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, if you've never heard of It Takes Two, you could play with a friend, co-op style. Or if you don't want to play with another person, you can play with the computer as the other character, but there are always two characters playing in this story. And it's got the typical Little Nightmares puzzles. And the world is just creepy in general, and you have to survive. So that's what I've loved about the past games. It looks really fun. This will probably be another one where I wait a little bit just to see, how people like the whole co-op aspect to it. But I'll probably get it at some point as well. And then the one I'm most excited for after Little Witch in the Woods is I Hate This Place, which launches on November 7th. This game is something that I'm really excited for because it looks really cool and it's my type of game. So it's a survival horror game where you have to scavenge and build to survive. There's really creepy monsters in it. There's some really cool stealth mechanics. And the colors are really bright, and it's kind of like a comic book style mixed with an 80s horror vibe, which I love. It's pretty different. I would say if you've never seen the trailer or anything about this game, you should check it out. It looks very cool. And then I had a tiny honorable mention because I don't know if I'm gonna get it, and that's Chronos: The New Dawn. It's kind of like a Dead Space spiritual successor, and that launches September 5th. That's one that I probably won't get unless I hear some amazing things about it. But I'm just interested to see how it does in general.
A lot of good stuff. Jen always likes to find the indie games, the horror games that I would have never picked any of those.
You wouldn't play Silent Hill F, Tom? Really?
Oh, I mean, it's like my favorite franchise of all time.
But Yuffie's voice, though.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Yeah, to hear her screaming, that's just what I want to hear. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, before you jump in, Tom, real fast, I forgot to mention Ball Cross Pit for one of my games. That could be one of those that could be a contender for top 3 out of nowhere game of the year. I had a lot of fun with that demo. It's essentially like Vampire Survivors, except you're running down a track and you're shooting like balls. It's like pinball sort of thing, and destroying enemies and stuff. And different kind of balls have different kind of spells, and you can, if you hit enemies a certain way with certain skills, it destroys them different ways. And it's just like it's a run-based game, where you run, you get a bunch of coin, and then you go back and you upgrade your character and all that stuff. So really good. That's the one game I'm looking on this list, even the ones I didn't highlight, that could be that surprise like Balatro was last year. So sorry, I just noticed that as I was looking through.
That's okay. Yeah, I've got quite a number of games. Well, a few, but I don't know why I do this to myself. Every time a Borderlands game comes out, I go, I'm going to play that game and I'm going to finish it. I have never finished a Borderlands game, but I'm still excited for Borderlands 4. I don't know why. I just like the guns. There's so many different gun variations and stupid things that you can do with these guns. How can you not be excited for that? It's one of those things, like, I feel like if I was playing with someone, I would play it more, but I don't know what it is. Every Borderlands game, I'll get to a certain point in the game and be like, all right, there's a million things on the map. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to leave it. And then I just never come back to it. It's like every single time I've played a Borderlands game that happens. But I'm hoping, because this game is included in a certain purchase I just made, that I will play it and enjoy it on PC. So we'll see.
Yeah,
that's coming out September 15th, by the way.
Yeah, no here nor there about Borderlands. I tried to play a lot of 2, but didn't really end up enjoying
was great.
it.
I loved 2. 2 was my favorite one, but again, I only played for so long. I tried to play with people. That helped, but again, at this point of my life, trying to get 2 people together to play a game is almost as difficult as trying to play one game by myself. It's when you have kids, it it becomes quite the ordeal to try to get people together to play video games, let alone play by yourself. Anyway, moving on. Final Fantasy Tactics, September 30th. I have never played a tactics RPG. That's my blind spot. I've never played any of them. I've never played what's the I'm drawing a blank. What is the tactical
tactics?
RPG that involves not SWAT, not a SWAT team, but it's like
What, XCOM?
XCOM. Never played an XCOM game. I've never played Tactics Ogre. I've never played anything like that. But I've always wanted to play Final Fantasy Tactics, and now maybe the time. With remaster graphics, I mean, the original game didn't look that bad to begin with, but it's just nice that, it'll have voice acting and all the stuff that you miss with new games. But the fact that they include the original game on the disc or whatever you're getting it on, I like that. I think that's great. And it doesn't hurt that there's a Final Fantasy VII crossover in it. Spoilers. I don't know if that's really a spoiler for the story. I just know that they show up. One that you guys didn't talk about, but man, Retro Roulette would be awesome for this. I don't know if it would count because it's called Double Dragon Revive, coming out October 23rd. Double Dragon has always been one of my favorite franchises. I played the hell out of Double Dragon 2 when I was a kid. It was one of those games that everybody had, I feel like, but people had it for different systems and it always looked different. There's so many different ways to play that these days, but Double Dragon Revive looked pretty awesome in that direct that we were watching. So I'm really looking forward to that. Outer Worlds 2 coming out October 29th. Mark, you and I both played Outer Worlds 1. You finished it. I did not. This is a theme.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. My main thing with Outer Worlds 1 was I didn't feel any connection to like the companions, really. I mean, I really liked the one I had, but
I think the problem was the first one was too good and you didn't want to get rid of that companion for the whole game.
Yeah, that's true. But I just didn't feel any connection really to the story. It was weird, the story and all. I felt a little rushed in terms of, I think they knew they were only going to be able to get a smaller game out, and I think they kind of rushed the story a bit while doing that. But I'm looking forward to a little bit them being able to like stretch a little bit. Like,
yeah, it seems like they have a bit more budget, a bit more of a team for this one. So I'd be interested to see how much more they could do with it. Looking forward to it. I mean, Outer Worlds 1, they lean into this is a video game so hard that sometimes it's too much, but it's okay. I'm still excited for Outer Worlds 2. And lastly for me, Octopath Traveler 0, December 4th. If I don't, finish all of the other RPGs I'm planning on playing this year, I probably won't be buying it, but I own Octopath Traveler 2. I have not loaded it up yet. So I don't think that they're connected. I think it's more connected to the first game than the second game. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it though. I love the HD 2D styling. I really like the battle system from Octopath Traveler. The story was the weak point. So I'm hoping that it gets better with these games. Like I said, I have not played 2. I own it. It'll be one of those games I play eventually. Just like all the other RPGs I just bought for the Switch, because I bought Dragon Quest 3 and I bought Suikoden 1 and 2. So again, I like to buy games and then not play them. That's like my favorite thing to do, obviously. I'm sure many people can commiserate with that, especially with every Steam sale that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You always end up purchasing like 6 games for like $6 and you're like, man, I can't wait to play these, and then they just sit in your library forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. Let us know what you're looking forward to over on all our socials at Game Vault Pod, or on stream, or on Discord. So we're gonna do something a little different today. One of our friend of the podcast, Jonathan, he put together a little game for us, and it was kind of built for Jen and Mark, because they were going off about that the horse game, the horse girl game. So we came up with a game called Gundam or a Horse. So I'm going to go through a number of questions. We'll go with like 10. We'll see how this goes, and I think I'm going to have you buzz in. So buzz in with your favorite thing to say to get a horse to go faster.
Okay.
And obviously there's only two answers, or there's only one answer. It's a 50-50 shot. So if you get it wrong, we will just move on to the next one. We can't steal.
Okay.
There's 50 of these questions, but we're not doing them all.
Okay.
And I think Jen may have a slight advantage because she has some Gundam knowledge. Mark, I don't know how much Gundam knowledge you have.
I can tell you I have like almost zero. Like,
Well,
I do not have an advantage. I promise.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out,
Okay.
but I definitely know nothing about Gundam.
All right. I guess let's do first to 5. We'll see. We'll say first to 5. And we'll see how the first 10
Oh my God.
go. All right. Supposedly this is an easy one. And for reference, I have never watched Gundam. I have no idea what.
Yeah.
I have no horse
Same.
knowledge either. So this should be fun. All right. First one. Is Bright Noah a Gundam or a horse?
Yeah.
Jen?
That would be a horse.
That is incorrect.
What a start.
Captain Bright Noah is the Earth Federation officer who commands the White Base in the original Mobile
That
Suit
does sound
Gundam.
like a very Gundam name.
All right. Next question. Is Special Week a Gundam or a horse?
Yeah.
Jen gets in first.
Horse.
Horse?
Yes, horse.
That is correct. Jen is on the board.
I was gonna say. Woo.
My God, this is a great game.
I'm keeping score just in case.
I'm totally gonna screw this up. But here we go. Apparently this is also a softball. Fun Saiki Gundam or
Tally
horse?
ho.
Mark.
Gundam.
Wait a second. Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna skip that one. That says answers. Please choose 2. Apparently it's both.
Oh, so interesting.
I'm gonna give Mark a point just because he technically got it right.
Okay.
Because it was both. Trick question, but here we go. That was really stupid. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, okay. Zeno Rob Roy, Gundam or horse?
Yeah.
Jen.
I'm gonna say Gundam.
Incorrect.
My answer. Yeah. I should have said horse.
Horse, obviously.
Obvious. Oh, it says obviously. This quiz is very sassy.
Was it written by our Final Fantasy VI guide writer?
It's possible. It's the same type of humor. All right. Next question. Tosin Jordan, Gundam or horse?
Tally ho.
Mark.
That's a horse.
Correct.
Woo.
All right. Mark has got 2 points.
I was totally guessing because you said horsin.
Okay, next question. Popano Ricky, Gundam or horse?
Yeah.
Jen.
Gundam.
Incorrect.
I'm so bad at this.
Okay. We're blowing through this already. We're at 7. All right. Jim Gingham, Gundam or horse?
Yeah.
Jen.
That's definitely a horse.
Incorrect. Oh man, this is great.
That's a good name for a Gundam.
All right. Next question. Last One Piece, Gundam or horse?
Tally ho.
Mark.
Horse.
Correct.
Yes.
Last One Piece is a horse girl, apparently.
Last One Piece.
Yeah, I was assuming. My thought was that someone named a horse after the show.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I would have been upset if there was a Gundam in One Piece called One Piece.
It wouldn't surprise me. All right, so we are at Mark has 3, Jen has 1. Jen's got some work to do here.
I do.
Next question. Ryu Jose, Gundam or horse?
Yeah.
Jen.
I don't believe in myself. Gundam.
Correct.
Yay!
Yay!
Jen's back on the board.
I'm here. I'm back.
He died to save everyone and everything.
Oh, yes, of course.
Next question. Healing Care. Gundam or horse?
Oh,
Jen.
Healing Care, you said?
Healing Care.
That's got to be a Gundam.
Correct.
So,
Look at you, Jen, making a comeback here.
That sounded way too much like a horse name to be a horse name.
Okay, next question. Bitter Glacé. Gundam or horse?
Tally ho.
Mark.
Gundam.
Incorrect. That's a horse.
I said Gundam too. Wow, bitter glacé. Very fancy.
Very fancy. All right, next question. Divine Nova. Gundam or horse?
Yeah. Gundam.
This has to be a Gundam, right? Correct. It's a Gundam. Jen's making a comeback here.
Don't call it a comeback. Wait, what are we playing till 5?
I said 5. You were at 4. Mark is at 3 currently. So
yeah, we're close.
Jen, one more correct answer and you win. Okay, here we go. Shirley Sky. Gundam or horse?
Tally ho.
Oh,
Mark.
man.
Horse.
That sounds like a horse to me. Correct. That's a horse.
Ooh,
We're tied at 4.
Tied up.
There's no women in Gundam. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's terrible.
Cue Jonathan in our chat.
Okay. We're all knotted up at 4, folks. This is it. Sudden death. It's all down to this. Luna Swallow. Gundam or horse?
Tally ho.
Oh.
Mark.
Gundam.
Incorrect. That's a horse.
I don't know what I would have said.
I don't know that I'm going to say this right. This is a very weird spelling.
You can always skip one that you don't think you can say right. We only need one more. So.
Yeah, I'm going to just skip this one because I have no idea. Apparently it was a Gundam, though. All right. Here we go. This is an interesting name. God Hannibal.
Yeah.
Gundam or horse? Jen.
Gundam.
Incorrect. That's a horse.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, God Hannibal. That sounds so Gundam-y, doesn't it? I don't know.
God Hannibal. Yeah, that does sound like a Gundam. Okay. Right Rock. Gundam or horse?
Tally ho.
Mark.
Gundam.
Incorrect. That's a horse.
Ooh.
Right Rock?
Right Rock.
Weird.
Okay. Maruzinski. Gundam or horse?
Yeah.
Jen.
Horse.
Yay!
Correct.
Yay!
Gundam or horse?
Whatever you said.
What an unbelievable comeback for Jen there. Wow.
Reels.
What a game. Thank you, Jonathan, for providing that. That was
that's pretty good.
Was something. That was a lot of fun.
The best part about this game is that we could probably play this every single week and we would never remember any of our answers being right or not.
100% because
except
I
God
don't
Hannibal.
know. God Hannibal's the only one that really sticks out to me.
So weird.
All right. Wow. Okay. So we're going to move on to our final segment. We are going to say goodbye to Jen.
Yes.
Bye, Jen.
She unfortunately did not get a chance to play this one. I get it.
Yeah, I'm sad. It sounds like a fun one.
But hopefully we will be all together for the next one. But thank you, Jen.
Agreed. Yes. Take care, everybody.
Bye, Jen.
Bye.
All right. We are now going to discuss our Retro Roulette game for this week, which was Automobili Lamborghini for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Mark, where are you coming from with Automobili Lamborghini?
Yeah, so never played it. It definitely feels like that era of racing game, N64 level with cruising and all that. Yeah, just to get into it real quick, right away. Did the controls feel weird to you in terms of you turned a lot more than you thought when you hit the joystick?
Yeah, I mean it's an arcadey game.
Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting it. I don't know what I was expecting. But yeah, you definitely have more steering than you think you do.
Yeah. So sure. It took me a while to figure that out, and then once I figured it out, I did a few arcades. Didn't get far because I was figuring out the controls. Then I did the championship, and by the middle of the championship, because I did the first level of it, I decided to become Team No Pit. No matter if my tires were worn or I was running out of gas, Team No Pit. and I got first place in 2 of the last 3 races by doing that.
That's great.
I literally think that if the race went on a quarter mile longer in the last one, my guy would have run out of gas.
Pitting was a thing. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
When I first got in the pit, I had no clue of what I was doing.
Yeah. I figured it out the second and third time.
Yeah, there's no prompt. There's no like, oh yeah, you got to press this to do this. Nope. This is another one of the yet another game where you had to have the instruction manual or you were screwed.
Yeah. So I became team no pit. I finished 4th, I think, in the overall standings because I sucked early on. But yeah, the game was, I couldn't really figure out any differences. Or nothing really felt different with the types of cars. The one thing it didn't have, or at least I couldn't figure out, was in a lot of these racing games, I like to use the other cars to bump into while making a turn.
Yeah.
And that seemed to not, you could do it, but it didn't seem to help you, you know?
Yeah, the physics of the game did not allow for that to really do a whole lot.
Yeah, so that took a little getting used to. If I remember correctly, there's a good bit of popping with the tracks as you make.
That's typical N64.
It's a 64 thing. Yeah, it just felt very generic. It's pretty decent once you get the controls understood and realize that for 6-lap races you do not need to pit. I think there's one that's really long that you might need to for gas, but for the most part, those opening tracks you don't have to pit. Once you figure out the pit stuff, I'm assuming you can go faster. Get in and out of the pit pretty quickly and keep your lead. But yeah, overall, once I got the handle on the controls, probably wasn't as frustrated, obviously, anymore. There's a good sense of speed in the game, which is good. But again, it's nowhere near the quality of even some of the average, it's like below average racing game on the 64. But if you love Lamborghinis, you have a whole bunch of Lamborghinis.
Yeah, and so for me, I was under the impression that you would only get Lamborghinis in this game, but that's not the case. You could unlock all kinds of different cars, which I only found out later. On the stream, I did manage to unlock a car, and I was like, oh, wow, it's not a Lamborghini. And I was very confused because I thought like this was a Ford, like Ford racing games. You only get Fords or whatever.
Yeah.
The game is called Automobili Lamborghini, so I had figured that that's all you got. But no, You race against Porsche 911s, you race against Bugatti, you race against all kinds of stuff. So it was cool to see that it was more than just Lamborghini because they only have, at the time, they only had like 2 or 3 models, maybe.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of trying to use a Countach immediately because I love the Lamborghini Countach. It's like the car that embodied the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And I think every kid had one on their wall at one point, but it sucks. It's not good. It's not good in that game at all. You got to use the Diablo or else you're not winning anything. The game is hard. There's no 2 ways about it. The game is difficult. It's definitely like an arcade. It seems like it was built for an arcade, not for a home console. I don't know that this was an arcade game, but it certainly plays like one.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's I'll give it its due. I mean, it's comparable to other racing games. I mean, I feel like even like Beetle Adventure Racing, I feel like is better than this, but it seems like a game I could have rented on like a Friday and played it for a whole weekend and been like, okay, I'm done, and then brought it back. This is not a game that like you got for Easter or something like off the. I don't know if that was just me. Did you ever get like discount video games for Easter in your Easter basket?
No, video games were a Christmas and birthday thing for me.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a good game. You got like the $12, the $20, $15 game off the rack or out of the bin.
Yeah, the one that grandmom didn't know wasn't any good.
Exactly. Like I think I got Bigfoot or something, like Bigfoot monster truck and something else random for an Easter basket one time. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's decent. The music was kind of It wasn't anything special. It was like
I didn't
generic.
remember any of it.
It was like generic, like techno driving music, like in any other game. But
yeah,
for an N64 game, it didn't look terrible. I was happy about that. It looked halfway decent. I was afraid it was going to be like driving a brick around, but it didn't.
No, you could tell they were Lamborghinis.
Oh yeah. It wasn't terrible, but wasn't the best looking game, that's for sure. But yeah, overall decent. I mean, if you have some way to play this without purchasing it, or I mean, if you can find it for $5 at a convention or a game store, yeah, maybe pick it up. But I don't know that you'll play it very long.
Not at all. I didn't even think of going back to it.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to go back to it. I'll just say this: it didn't make me sick.
That's good.
It wasn't Ghostbusters and made me sick when I was playing it, so there's that. But yeah, let's give it a score, Mark.
Yeah, so I'm going 2 out of 5.
Okay.
It's mainly the control thing was crazy. The pit stuff is nuts. Music, like there's nothing really to write home about, and it's not a good enough racer to be average. Like, it doesn't have anything like to give it points outside of it's a functional racer. Like, it's not. It doesn't feel like it cheats you. It just feels like it's poorly designed. I don't know if people can understand what I mean by the difference in that. So it's a 2, meaning that it functions. The video game works the way it should be. The place you get is a place you kind of feel like you deserve a little bit. Except when you have to pit, and then it's completely the pit minigame's fault that you're in the place you're in. But yeah, it's a below average game. If you really like Lamborghinis, maybe play it. But outside of that, there are much better, even more average racing games on the N64.
Yep. I agree. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5, though, just because there is some replayability to unlock cars.
Yeah.
It's not the most replayable game, but yeah, it's just unremarkable. It's very average for a system that had really good racing games and really fun racing games. It's too average to be. It's not exciting enough to warrant picking up generally. But like I said, if you find it cheap, you have a way of playing it for free, give it a shot. What do we think? You may tell me I'm an idiot and I'm wrong, but yeah, I know I wasn't wowed by anything. So that's Automobili Lamborghini. But I think it's time to spin the wheel.
Let's do it.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one. We're going to be playing Star Fox, the Super Nintendo.
Ooh, the one I have not played.
I've played Star Fox, but I've never gotten very far in it. I've gotten pretty far in Star Fox 64, but not very far in Star Fox. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's for the Super Nintendo and not the N64, as we found out the problem of translating N64 Star Fox to a perfectly legal N64 was pretty difficult.
Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty excited to play Star Fox. I can't.
Same here.
Did we play Star Fox 64?
We played 64. I streamed it, and I couldn't figure out how to do one of the moves because of however the buttons were mapped on my completely normal.
That's right.
N64 controller that I was using. It was the C buttons. I couldn't figure out how to map the C buttons correctly.
That's right. It's all coming back to me now because you couldn't figure out how to do a barrel roll and all that other crap.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. We will be streaming this probably when you're listening to this the following Monday.
Yes. We always do it the Monday after you post.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break from the challenge run, and then we'll play some Star Fox. So this should be coming out on a Wednesday, and then we'll be playing this the next Monday.
Yep.
And I guess we could go into our stream schedule since we kind of have a pretty solid schedule at this point.
Yeah. The only time is every so often, like last Thursday. At least it feels like it's going to be, if it does come up, it'll be just through the month of September in terms of Tom either riding solo or us playing Final Fantasy VI on a Friday. But stream schedule, as usual. Mondays are retro night. I play endurance run game, which means I play only an hour. Well, sometimes a little over an hour if I'm in the middle of a level or something. We don't just like drop dead at an hour. On Mondays, and then the Monday after Podcast Prime, that is replaced for one night with our book club, game club game that we play for an entire month. And Tom is the one that streams that one. Thursdays is Tom's RPG night. Right now we're going through Final Fantasy VI. And then Friday is, if I can get back to it, if no other demo comes out, Friday Night Lights, where I play NCAA. We're doing a Road to Glory with Vaulty, or Game Vaulty, I believe is what I named them. And then Saturday and Sunday is just my stream of whatever game I'm playing. Right now it's Trails in the Sky, second chapter. I felt that was much better to do that than to stream like Trails one night a week or one game one night a week and another, just better to me focus on one game on stream so I'm not splitting an audience or anything like that. So every Saturday, Sunday, I play a long stream of a game, and right now it's Trails. Like I said, we have our days locked down. Our off days are usually Tuesday, Wednesday, like our weekend, but we normally stream the other 5 days in a row.
Yep, it's been a lot of fun. It's been nice being on a schedule. I feel like we were struggling at one point to get a schedule together, but we got it.
Yes,
we got locked in, good to go, and When you're not watching us, feel free to go over and watch Jen. She's at Roxy Foxy. That's RoxiiFoxii on Twitch. And you can also catch all of our old streams, our old VODs on YouTube. Via, I believe we're at Game Vault Pod on YouTube. I could be wrong. I have to check.
Yeah.
But you can find us there, the Game Vault Podcast. And you can find all of our, we have loads of videos. We have playthroughs of all kinds of stuff. So we like RPGs. We have a variety. If you like RPGs, action games, most of that stuff is there. So go check it out. I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. It's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to do this again. I feel like I love getting us three back together again because it's always so much fun. And I'm glad you're here for the ride. So, for Mark and Jen, I'm Tom, and we will catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.